Hi, this is Halal. In this video on graphing in economics series, we will solve a situational question. The question is, draw a perfectly competitive market at equilibrium. Show the impact of price floor, mark the new price and quantity demanded. Share the producer surplus, consumer surplus and deadweight lost resulting from the price floor. So we have to graph this situation. First of all, we start by drawing a by properly labeled market at equilibrium, which is done by we form a graph, and on this axis, that is on the x-axis, we denoted the quantity, and on this axis we have the price. Okay, we draw the usual demand and supply curve. This is our supply curve and this is our demand curve, and we draw the equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price, which is formed by the intersection of the two intersection of demand and supply curves. So this is equilibrium quantity and this is the equilibrium price. Now we are told to show the impact of price floor. Now we draw the price floor, which is, let us say this is PF. We draw in the price floor. Since it is effective or it is binding, the price floor goes above the equilibrium. Since the equilibrium was this point, it goes above the equilibrium. This red line is the price floor. Now we mark the quantity demanded and quantity supplied below the point where the price floor intersects the demand and supply curves. So we draw this by another, let us say we draw this by this color. So here, let us say this is QD here. So we mark the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied below the point where the price floor intersects the demand and supply curves. Okay, but we can see here, since the quantity supplied here is, let us say this is the quantity supplied up to this point. Here the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. Since quantity demanded is only this very point, here the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. There is surplus in the market. So we have a case of surplus in the market. So what will we do then? We have to form what is the deadweight loss. Now deadweight loss is found by locating the marginal cost, that is supply, and the marginal benefit, marginal cost and marginal benefit, that is demand, for the quantity sold, that is QD, along the allocatively efficient point, that is equilibrium. So this value triangle, this vary, these points, this point, and this point, these 3 points form the deadweight loss here. So we can show this by this line. So this is our deadweight loss here. And the economic surplus is just producer surplus plus consumer surplus. So our producer surplus in this case will be this very area which is below the price floor. So this very area is the producer surplus, and this triangle which is above the price floor and below the demand, this is our consumer's surplus. So here we can see the consumer surplus is less. First it was up to this point, now it is this small triangle. So we can say that our total surplus is equal to, or total surplus in this case, or we can, let us say, we write this as economic surplus, which is equal to producer surplus plus consumer surplus. So this area, this area, let us say this green area is our consumer surplus and this blue area is our producer surplus. So and this very triangle is our deadweight lost, which is found by locating the marginal cost, that is the supply curve here, and the marginal benefit, that is the demand curve here, for the quantity sold, which this quantity was sold here at this point, and locating the allocatively efficient point, which is the equilibrium price. These three points form the triangle, which is the deadweight lost here. Okay, I hope I make myself clear. Thank you.